Hi there, it's Coach Stephanie Snyder. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your purpose or your passion. We hear all through our lives, you got to find your purpose, you got to find what you're passionate about and go with that. Well, unfortunately, your passion doesn't always make you money. So sometimes you have to, take your passion as a hobby. But finding out your purpose. So that's also something that people struggle with from now on and off. So your purpose. What are you here for? What are you doing? How can you help other people? So, and one way to think about that is what do you do that makes you happy? Or if somebody comes to you and asks for help, what do you find yourself doing? Do you instantly go to a Bible verse? Do you find a book that they could read or a podcast that they could listen to? Or do you tell them to go for a walk? Or do you go for a walk when you're struggling or when you're stressed? Your purpose could be, this huge, massive thing, or it could be something that's, relatively smaller, but it's your reason and it's what you do to help other people. Now, your purpose doesn't always have to be helping other people, but generally that's where it goes. We are communicative creatures by nature. We like being around people generally. And for the most part, we like to help other people because it makes us feel better. Think about spending some time in a soup kitchen or, giving somebody on the street a hand or helping the old lady cross the street or helping somebody get groceries into their car. We're generally a giving kind of people. It makes us feel better by being able to help other people out. So your purpose, generally you're helping other people out, but how are you doing that? Are you doing it by explaining something differently? Are you teaching them something new? Are you just somebody there who's a great listener? Or are you full of great advice and maybe you have a lot of life experiences that have helped you and shaped you to who you are, and now you can just give that advice out. Sometimes that purpose can turn into a job. I know for me, my purpose is I love to help people. And I'm really passionate about education and health and fitness. And so what I really love to do is I love to educate people on how to get their body to work the right way, on how to take baby steps to be consistent, to have a healthy lifestyle. But I also do it through education. I don't just spit stuff out because I think it sounds good. I generally do a lot of research before giving people advice. But I'm also a great communicator. Through life experiences, I have found that some people communicate some ways and other people communicate other ways. But I always approach a situation, whether it's a fight or an argument that I'm getting involved in, or just being a friend to listen. I listen and I ask questions, I get people to open up, and I try to help the best I can. I know every situation is different, but I certainly try to put myself in other people's shoes, and I just do my best to help people in their current situation. I know I can't help everybody, but I'm certainly willing to lend an ear, certainly willing to give out some free, health and fitness tips, some life advice, because as Jim Rohn always says, it's more important to work on yourself than to work on your job. Or you should work harder on yourself than you do at your job, is what he says, actually. And I totally agree. You are the one person that's capable of doing what you want to do. And in order to do that, you need to work on yourself. And so, spend a few minutes and think about what is your outlet? When life just comes at you and you can't handle too much, what do you do? Do you go for a walk? Do you go to a quiet place and just sit and listen? Being outside is a really great place to recharge. And I know for me that when I have a tough situation or I'm just stressed beyond belief, I like to go for a walk. I like being outside. It clears my head, makes me really appreciate the things that I have. But it also allows me to refocus on my purpose. I know I'm here to help other people. I know that I have a big heart and that I am able to break things down and teach a little bit. So for me, that is my purpose: is to teach and to educate. To help anybody I can. So just, give it some time. It does take time to find your purpose. It is not something that we all instantly know. And maybe it's revealed to you, through somebody else. Maybe somebody else says, "Oh, I think you would really be good at that." And then you go, "Oh yeah, I really like doing that. Maybe I should see if this is an avenue for me." But just spend some time and really focus on who you are as a person. Because when you're your best, that's when you really can help other people. And not just help strangers, but help your family, help your relationships, help your children. The best way to make sure that they're their best is when you're their best, when you are your best, rather. So don't be afraid to spend time on yourself. It's not selfish to spend time working on yourself, because in order to be your best person, you also have to work on yourself. So don't ever think that 30 minutes of exercise is selfish, or that making sure that you eat healthy is selfish, because without you, there's a whole lot of other people that probably couldn't do something. I have 3 children that depend on me, and if I'm not on my game, then my 3 kids suffer. And when my husband's, home, if I'm not on my game, that relationship suffers too. So don't ever think that your exercise or your personal development is something that is selfish. It's something that you need to do to be able to help other people.